Hi there, it's Marlene Helema from ImageMavenVideo.com, and in this week's video blog post I'm going to be looking at different ways that you can set up your webcam videos. This is really useful if you do a lot of Skype interviews. And just so you know, I've intentionally made this video really low tech, so I'm using the webcam on my laptop, I'm using the onboard audio as well on my laptop, and the only other thing I'm using is lights. This is what I call dungeon lighting. Perhaps working in your basement and only using the computer screen for light. If you have glasses like I do, you can probably see all the reflections. You also have a lot of digital noise. So you're going to see definitely some noise artifacts in this picture as well, because there's hardly enough light to get a good picture, so it has to really enhance the picture that it has, and that causes noise. Let's turn on a desk lamp. So that should improve things somewhat. It will also still likely have digital noise happening. Let's turn on yet another light. And you can see what just adding a couple of lights, what the difference can make. The only thing is now you can probably see the cluttered background. And that's not really good. In this shot I'm backlit. I've also got a tree growing out around me. And what you can see when you're backlit is that you kind of become a silhouette or a near silhouette. And also you get a lot more digital noise in your picture quality as well. So there's not a lot of light in front of me in this room, but the key thing is that the wall behind me is yellow. And what the automatic color correction does here is it tries to take that yellow out of the wall and it kind of adds blue to it. It adds a cool color. And as a result, my skin tone also goes cool. Now this is my blue background, my blue screen, and the blue background, it'll actually make you look warmer or yellower. And that's okay for skin tone, as long as it doesn't go too drastically yellow. A lot of people like a white background in the recordings, and ideally this works really well. One thing though is that using a white background, sometimes it turns gray, and that's because of the auto exposure of the webcam. People's instincts say, oh, just add more light because it's gray, but that doesn't actually solve the problem. What you have to do is solve what's in the picture. And right now I'm wearing white and I'm against white. So we have a lot of white in this picture. So let's see if we can find a creative way to make it less gray in the background. So I put on a green sweater and it's taking about half the screen area. So hopefully the exposure now will balance and the white background will be whiter. So what is the best solution for backgrounds? Well, I like to go for a neutral background. So in this case I've got a gray cloth, but my office walls are also painted gray. So I like to minimize the chance of color shift by using a gray background. Another thing is you need to have decent lighting, and in this case I'm using an LED light panel, but you can use desk lamps as well. You just want to make sure that the bulbs that you're using are the same color temperature. So if you're using those compact fluorescents, make sure both lamps have those compact fluorescents and that they're the same color temperature. And here's a bonus tip. Try to have your webcam just slightly above you. You've probably noticed from this video that it was kind of shot from the neck level, and it's really hard to get that camera, especially a webcam, above you. So you might have to use some books or something to stack it. But trust me, you'll get a much more flattering point of view on yourself if the camera is slightly looking down and you're slightly looking up, and that way you won't see so much of your neck. Using webcams is definitely not the best way to record video, but sometimes it's the only choice we have, especially when we record Skype videos. This video has showed you many bad examples of web videos. However, that's pretty much the norm. They're not perfect. They always look a little bit off. Web video is pretty lousy anyway, and there's sometimes not much you can do. So hopefully some of these tips will help you make your videos even marginally better. Thanks for watching. It's Marlene Helema from ImageMavenVideo.com.